Hi, it's 14th September 2021. Today, I'm going to touch on the Chinese equities market midday update, like what I did yesterday. Well, this slide is what I did on 12th September in my weekly review, like what I shown yesterday. The few points right now, the critical point is the 6,600 point. And before the market closed this morning, well, Seng Tech Index was trading at 6,597 points. So how will you fare later in the afternoon? Well, Seng Index was hovering from 25,900 points all the way down to 25,636 in the morning section, and it slowly trend out before coming down again and going back up to 25,800, nearly flat for the morning section. Afternoon session, as always, is likely to be influenced by the European market as well as the US futures on how they perform, because what happened in the Shanghai and Shenzhen indexes, which I'm going to touch on later, is that they are both faring relatively well in terms of the price performance. We will continue to watch out for the Seng index to see whether can they find support above 25,700, and it'd be critical to see whether today can it close above 25,850 and 26,000 points. On the left hand side, there were two columns with various prices up and various prices down, and you see that dictating both the big portion of those who actually fall is actually the tech stocks like Higher Smart Home, Auto Home, and Alibaba Health Information. Of course, there's also Evergrande, which is being reported to be in some kind of liquidity concerns, but with enough attention from the Chinese authorities, I believe this will not trigger a liquidity crisis in China. As for on the right hand side, you see that Kuaishou Tech, JD Health, and NetEase, ZA Online are showing strength. So tech stock is a mixed picture today, with some trying to break lower low and some holding on to the recent gains that they have. Naturally, media is not doing a great job here, trying to say that, well, there's more regulations coming on stream, and seriously, are they on the same page as bears trying to push down the equities market? I will leave it to you to discern it. Like what I touched on earlier, Chinese markets like Shanghai and Shenzhen indexes are holding very well today, up slightly, and Shenzhen index is at 14,800, close to the point, is above the support. A50, like what I touched on in another video, I say that, well, there's a good chance for it to go to higher level back to 17,000, but of course we have to watch for support to see whether 15,000 and 14,700 points can hold. Third point, watch out for Bilibili and Kuaishou Tech. Kuaishou Tech, like what I mentioned, has done well today and have inched up above 100 Hong Kong dollars. Xiaomi today is still trying to hold on to its 23 Hong Kong dollar level, and it's slightly down as I speak right now at 23.35 Hong Kong dollar. This is the chart that I mentioned on Xiaomi earlier. So you see that between these two bands, which I circle out, well, $23 is a critical point, and if it doesn't, there might be another small step down back to 22 Hong Kong dollar. A very strong support will be at 20 Hong Kong dollars for people who really want to sit on the sideline and watch how the whole story develop. Well, 20 Hong Kong dollar is an interesting point, but will it go there? Well, there's no certainty. Resistance right now is at $26 and 26.6 Hong Kong dollar. Let's watch for it. Kuaishou Tech, well, you see that the recent low around 23rd or 24th August, Kuaishou Tech was as low as 64.5. It has since gained close to 50% at around $103. So we'll watch for resistance around $100. We know that right now it's slightly above, but can it hold there? If cannot, we drop back down to around 90 Hong Kong dollars. A very strong support will be at 80 Hong Kong dollar. So at the same time, we'll watch out for Bilibili support level at 80 USD. Huya yesterday is actually doing relatively decent because it came down in the early morning session in US trading before it finding its way going up to as high as 10.44 USD, by close slightly above 10 USD yesterday. It's a positive sign despite Bilibili weakness. So interesting to look at Huya price performance on to see whether the 10 USD can form a very strong support going forward. I wrote a short article on Huya, a global Internet of Things platform, where I mentioned that US senators bring attention to the US authorities that there might be some data concern, but all this discussion of US China conflict is never ending. So with US side as well as China regulations overhand, I think it's best for me to actually stay out on Huya. Interested audience can actually join my Reddit thread to find articles if you are not on Tiger Brokers platform. So you can take a look. I have written a lot of articles there. Well, in my thoughts, Kuaishou is worth a look, but that's only when you have minimal positions. But not saying that it cannot fall back to below $100, because $100 is a critical price point right now. Can it hold this level, or cannot? It's a big question. Watch out for Hang Seng Tech and Hang Seng Index closing price point today. I will stay out of Huya shares. Xiaomi had to hold its support at 23 Hong Kong dollars if it's trying to regain its uptrend. For smart higher home, it's worth to take a second look if it trends back to 26 Hong Kong dollar. Alibaba shares, I just wouldn't touch it. Okay. As always, this should not be construed as any investment or trading advice. Thank you.